I'd be quicker than this when I'm doing, but doing it through the camera is kind of hard. So this is slightly different than this. This is slightly different than this. Let me see what I mean. This is, well, this is slightly different. This is hard to do from looking at the camera's point of view. This is slightly different. And this is slightly different. And they're all different. They're all the same. I don't know whether they're all, they call it the all King of Heart trick, because really it's the all Ten of Club trick. And they're all back together. Missionaries get a kick out of that, and youth directors and children and stuff, and I'm sure the pastor would get a kick out of it too. She just helped me to figure out my own version of color monte. There's been 3-card monte, 2-card monte, but not color monte. But now looking out there, yeah, there are different kinds of color monte, but not the way I do it. Maybe I can do it this way better. I think we'll just let me figure this out. Notice this is slightly different. This is slightly different. This is slightly different. I see what I mean. This is slightly different. This is slightly different. This is slightly different. I don't know what. Even they're all different, they're all the same. I don't know what he called the all King of Heart trick, because really it's the all Ten of Club trick. And the teens like to check it because they think you rub it and it changes, or it's got an extra flap. I mean, those ideas would work. Or spring loaded or whatever, or elastic thread. You know, stuff that I would normally think, but nope, it's just pure sleight of hand. I let them know. The trick is that you get 3 of different you get 3 different colored backs. And then you just note through the plus station count. You go. You show. Watch Jay Chankey and Fernando and Nadjev HAFF. They got some good flourishing count idea. Even Card Shuffler 99. They show how to do a plus station count. Anyway, that's where you can show that the back is all the same. But really, I was able to do that plus station count and made it like I was able to show all 3 of the same back, but really it was only 1 all the time. It's like how you do a false count. I'm not good at false counts, but I'm good at plus station count. Maybe someone could teach me how to do a false count real good. Anyway, see what you do. Illusions are always in the mind. A big stage illusion, a close-up, a parlor, a mind reading, a magic trick. Illusions in the mind. Alright, show this, but what Jesus done was real. What we do is stage illusions. Even Andre Cole and Copperfield agree. Anyway, show that what Jesus done was real, and what they do is 1,000 pounds of equipment of 18-wheeler trucks. Andre Cole and Copperfield says you don't see any 18-wheeler 1,000 pounds of equipment out in the desert with Jesus or his disciples on the left and right and back and front. You know, what Jesus done, you know, the disciples done back in Bible days was real, because God let the miracles happen. Now, miracles can still happen today, but magicians, what they do is stage illusions. Anyway. And all illusionists know that what Jesus done was real. When he walked on water, it was real. When they do it, it's an illusion prop with clear glass, with the right lighting, or a Tesla's anti-gravity, or with wires, or a thin rod. As Bob Scofield said, you could use thin rods in the water, and one magician suggested clear diamonds in the water. Okay. There's been a car commercial where they use it to drive on water. And on Superman 1 or 2, where the bad guys walk on water and the guy looks at his drink and drops it like, I don't know what I'm drinking, but I'm going to get rid of it. Alright. They slowly rise up out of water, so they probably raise the glass upward. Okay. And there's one with shallow water where you can use wood planks, but the water only goes but so high. E.T. phone home. Anyway, you show that, and you grab the bottom. You show that, and you just do that kind of maneuver. And now you show all the same. Then you say, notice this is slightly different, and this is slightly different, this is slightly different. Which everybody will agree, because they're all different, but slightly different. And you snap your fingers and you say, let me show you, and then you flip it to get towards you, each one. Notice that's slightly different, that's slightly different, and that's slightly different. Now you showed all three different. And you square them up and then say, I don't know why they call it the all, whatever card, even they're all different. And then you go like, do the same thing but face up. They're all the same. And you're doing the same thing but do it in a reverse. And you square it up and you say, I don't know why they call it all King of Heart trick or whatever card on the bottom you got. And you snap your fingers and you say, it's the all Ten of Club trick. And then I rub it and then show all back to normal. And that's when everybody wants to examine the cards. I get a kick when everybody wants to examine the cards. It's so cool. I do this too, and the kids at church like this. And I go like this. I go like this. They go, oh, cool. How you doing that? I said, it's a flourish. I said, Doug Henning does it way better than me, but on video camera a long time ago, I said, Doug Henning does it a little better than me. I should have said not a little better, or should say much better. Some people can spring in like his way out like that, but that takes a lot of guts to go way out like that. When I first started out, they were on the floor everywhere, like juggling. The balls go everywhere. Then you gotta learn to stand still and juggle, or you'll be juggling up more than one place. You move all around. It's like when I taught my dad to juggle, and then he wanted to show everybody at church. He was at the picnic table, and he couldn't juggle because he was standing up. He said, Bill, you taught me sitting down. I can't do it standing up. I didn't know it made a difference, but I guess it does. Because when I was teaching him in the backyard in the backyard of my parents' house, my dad was sitting at his picnic table, I taught him how to juggle, and he was doing real good. But then I didn't know you should teach standing up. So when he went to show everybody at church, he was juggling standing up, and it didn't work well. He said, "Bill, you taught me sitting down." Yeah, I guess that does make a difference. I taught Cheryl and my dad the Rubik's Cube, and they got up to where the top and get a color line, the middle tone get a color line, but when it came to patterns on the bottom, I lost them. They got all confused. But Larry Maples helped Cheryl figure out. Our babysitter, Miss Larry Maples, showed Cheryl how to solve it. Now, but the strange thing is, though, Cheryl forgot how to do it. Every once in a while, it'll come to her and she'll solve it. But maybe she watches videos out there, and my nephew William and Eugene and my niece Bobby and Tony and all them, and my sister Stacy, maybe, and all my relatives in Ohio. Anyway, aunts and uncles, well, you know what I mean, and friends out on the internet, or people in work mode, as Kristen in the KTM Motocross Biker says. Maybe it'll help them solve the Rubik's Cube. And me teaching how to do sleight of hand. Took me a while to learn this, although the camera's going to show it because of the angle I'm at. It ain't going to look right. Maybe I need to turn this way. That's showing it there, though. That's in the back palm, or what do you call it? Front palm, I mean. This is back palm. See, I'm so used to doing it the way I'm used to doing it. Took me a while to learn this much. But what you do is, I call it the Spider-Man grip. You know, when Spider-Man does this, he'll shoot the webbing. That's what that is. You do that, and it pivots, and then it goes behind. And then when you come back, you push it in with your thumb, put it in palm, front palm, that's how you say it. But you do that when it's like that. And then when you're about to do this, you do a little twisting motion as you go like that to show the back, show the front, and then let go and you go like that. Now that's a Copperfield maneuver right there. Alright. Jeff McBride video teaches a lot of maneuvers too, but I can't do the way he does. But I got his video, just watching it and knowing how it's done, it's just amazing. It's like Paul Gertner, the way he does what he does is so cool. Alright. Xavier Spade, go check his YouTube channel out. He explained to me when I said, this is a Harry Blackstone Jr. maneuver on 321 contact and PBS Square One TV. Anyway, Reading Rainbow. What's his name's birthday party. Anyway, one of those. Anyway, they did it for a similar illusion that I now do it the David Blaine way, but I used to do it the Blackstone Jr. way. But anyway, I do when I saw David Blaine do Street Magic on ABC, the first special, I noticed he was doing the bottom change or whatever. Anyway, Xavier Spade said it's called the bottom top change, and he said, Bill, that's older than Harry Blackstone Jr. I said, wow, thanks for letting me know, Xavier Spade. See, he knows about more history than I do. That's cool. Alright, but what you do is, see, the Street Mask Magician does it like this right off the top. Now everybody does it that way. I can't do that for some reason, because I'm so used to doing it the Blackstone Junior way. I'm used to doing it this way. See, and take a card and I can go. Let me get two different denomination things. Well, that's good, but I want to show the two different. Three of them. And change like that. But, you know. But what you do is, you show the top. You show the spectator's card, and as you show it and go down underneath here, the hand grabs it like this and takes the next card right off the top. And you give a little wave and then show that it's changed to a different card. And since at this point you could even say, if you don't show that this card is different, you can just, they think this is their card, so you could lay this right here and have them to hold their finger on it, hoping they don't want to look right away. And then you do a false shuffle, and then you do a real shuffle, and you make sure their card goes right on the top, and then you do a double lift, and then you tap it, and all of a sudden you say, I got your card. Look there, you look, flip your card over. You now have an indifferent card. You got the four of spades. No, go, how did you do that? I was holding on to my card. And the snap change is where you just take one single card and you just flip it over, then you do a double lift, and then you take the edges, it took me a while to do this, and you spring it, and it snaps. A lady at the post office, mail place, like, wow, that was good. And now it flipped around, you got this card right here. Now if you have a double backer, you could really have a field day with it. You play experiment with it. Alright. When I first got a double backer for the David Blaine thing, I'm thinking they're used for something. So I found some ideas with it. And on YouTube they give ideas too. How to Disturb Reality, Jarek 2.0 and others on their YouTube channel. I can't think of the other guy's name, but he's real good too, and he teaches too, and so does the other guy. And so does the other guy. The Russian Genius does too. Oh, what's that other guy? He teaches good too. I know who I'm thinking of. Anyway, they teach with a double backer. You can do a different version of Invisible Deck. I need to watch it again because I done forgot it, but it was really cool. It advances the Invisible Deck. Let's see. Evanera TV is real good too. He teaches a lot too. And Card Shuffler 99 and see How to Disturb Reality, Sankey Magic Murray. King Magic sells, but they teach magic tricks too. Xavier Spade. Oh boy, I'm trying to think. Well, me, Bill Green on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel where I teach and upload videos, a variety of stuff, from how to teach a Rubik's Cube to just solving the Rubik's Cube to doing sleight of hand and then teaching how it's done, and explaining stage illusions, and uploading me explaining stage illusions by pointing to here to there to explain Mark O'Brien, Box to Chopper. I'll have to get to that one later on. But I uploaded how-to videos out there. Just click on videos on my YouTube channel. My Facebook is at William NP. That stands for NP. Noble. NP stands for Noble Page. William Noble Page. But like I said, I got adopted, so my last name went from Green to Page. But so my YouTube channel is at Bill Green, Bill space Green, because that's my birth name. My birth name is Bill Green. But then when I got adopted to my uncle and aunt, my last name changed to Page, a page in a book, Page. A lot of people in church didn't even know that I was adopted. Even youth director Mark Tater didn't know. And I said, I thought everybody knew about it. If I would have known back a long time ago, in the 80s, that they didn't know, I would have said, hey, Tim Palmer, did you know I was adopted? No, I thought they were your parents. Well, they're my parents now, but I was adopted. I have brothers and one sister adopted to I don't know where. Bobby, Chucky, Jimmy Green, and sister Cynthia Green. I don't know who they're adopted to, but I'm hoping they find this YouTube channel and say, Bill Green. I wonder if it's our brother. I'm the oldest of the three. And if they find me, that'd be cool. My cousin Theresa found me. I'm glad she found me because I'm looking for Teresa. Because I've always called her Teresa. And nobody corrected me when I was younger. And my mom, Darlene Page, said, well, back then, you know, it really didn't all that matter. They you know, it wasn't for you to need to know. In other words, they didn't want to correct you because you were at a young age. And it's just like my Uncle Ed, I didn't know his real name was Ira Green, but I've always called him Uncle Ed. And I always called Bobby Green. Now in Ancestry.com, Bobby Green is Robert Green, and Chucky Green is Charles Green, and Jimmy Green is James Green. Now Cynthia, that stays the same because it's named after our grandma Green, Cynthia Green. But anyway, Lancaster, Ohio, Fairfield County, 748 Bar Drive. I think the zip code's 431030 or something like that. I have to double check that. Oh, I got adopted at age 10, 1976, September the 13th. I don't know what day that was. There was a magician that told me the day that was, and I was like, oh cool, how did you do that? So that's a good magic trick in itself. See, people complaining that while Card Shuffler 99 is shuffling cards while he's doing tricks, and even the other guy that's with him, even though they don't show their face, they might be someone professional and they don't want to show their face. Or maybe that's their style, like Valentino's found his style by putting a Spider-Man mask on. And then everybody fell in love with the masked magician because Valentino is just something with a mystery. I even asked Eugene, why do you like the masked magician? Because of his cool Spider-Man mask. I said, well, Val knows what he's doing. And my sister Stacy, I thought it was cool. Let him stay up on a school night to watch it. That is so cool. And then when I went with the stories to McDonald's, I was hearing the parents and the kids talk, just like Valentino said, that it was a lot of talking about the masked magician. And I thought, Val really started a neat thing. Kids were in video games, and that's mainly the thing, video games, but all of a sudden, now they're talking about magic. And now when I do a magic trick, they say, hey, have you seen the masked magician? You do magic tricks? I was like, finally, people are talking about magic now. Val did it. Thumbs up for Val. And then gradually, every magician in town, including the Magic Castle, were showing how things are done. And everybody's enjoying it. And Herbert Becker's connected to the Masked Magician specials on Fox. I don't know if anybody knew that, but now you know now. And then other masked magicians started coming on TV exposing. And then other TV shows started doing it. And then we have YouTube. And now all those same companies, and now other branches like Fact Fusion and Gato are revealing left and right, and they're really good at it. They got computer drawings and are good. And this other guy, he does some good ones too, like an animated cartoon kind, and of his, even of himself, explaining the Statue of Liberty. And I can't think of his name, but he's really good too. And then you got Fernando. He's good with computer work too, and close-up magic. He shows a lot of his ideas of generic versions of the original, and some that are really the same as the name, but he don't know the name. He just titles what he would call it. But he's a Spanish English Christian illusionist. He said his English ain't that good. Sorry about it. But me and others comment, we understand you perfectly. I mean, when you explained a couple of 13 people vanished. I mean, I knew it was a mirror tunnel, but I didn't know. I'm thinking like the ones you normally would see. I didn't think of a different shape. And then when I look at Google Image, it talks about Walter Gene Silver, P.T. Silver's improvement on Google Image. It has the drawing plans of it. You zoom it up as much as you can, and it has the words over here, and it has the drawing over here, and it's perfect. So everybody can talk about the mirror tunnel. It's versatile, like the magician's thumb tip. You can use many ideas with it. You're limited to what you want, whatever you want to do. You take the known principles of illusion principles from close-up to stage illusions and use them. I mean, when an average person goes in the store and sees a picnic table or a regular table, and even a round one, they're thinking of how it would go inside the house, just right, or on the deck, and add an umbrella, and how it'd be perfect when the sun shades and light and all that. You know, it's neat that way, and put the barbecue over here. But when I walk in, every illusionist does the same way, I would assume. Walk in, if I put a certain angle bevel base in there, that'd be perfect. They think it's a round picnic table, or I could use for a mirror at an angle, under the bench, under the chair, and you make a whole bunch of people appear or disappear, or I see a table, a box over here that looks like a big tent. Oh wow, I could use that to add some lights in there and make my own shadow box and everything, you know. And when I tell my friends like this, Bill, you think differently than we do when we go in the store. We're just thinking of buying a product. You're thinking of turning it into an illusion. Well, my mind's always thinking. I mean, Copperfield and other magicians, when they went in the library book, they didn't read the secret first. They tried to guess how it was done, and they found out their method was much better than what was originally in the script. And also, Andre Cole did the same concept. Anyway, Tommy does that with the Sonic the Hedgehog. He found more than one pattern to beat the boss in Sonic 2, and he got real good in advanced laser chess for the Amiga 64, even though Dave Duncan threw in his transporter that Tommy calls a virus. And he had to find a way to counterbalance that. I had a pattern to keep up with him, but then Tommy waited a while, so I would forget that pattern. Then Tommy went and played around and found another pattern to override his other pattern. So if I try to do that pattern to mimic his pattern, he had another pattern to beat that pattern. He did the same thing with chess. Tommy got so good, and Sean Dillon's like, Tommy said, "You beat Michael Klein." I didn't think anybody would be able to beat Michael Klein and knock him off his throne. And Tommy said, "Yep, I did." When we see Sean Dowdy, he'll say, "Hey, Tommy," and he'll say to his children and his wife, "Hey, Tommy's the one that beat Michael Klein off the throne." And she said, "What throne?" "Laser chess." I said, "Yeah, advanced laser chess, on Amiga 64. Yeah, I'll put that for the PlayStation games. That would be cool, or Xbox 360.
I wasn't saying it.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Oh, I said the number 3. 360. I probably said a lot of things when you weren't in here. I probably said the word for H2O, aqua. I
heard that too.
I probably said the Mach Speed Racer, the Mach.
What else?
That number 5 one. Speed Racer, the Mach 5. Then you got Racer X Brother. I know they're working on the Racer X movie, and they're working on another Speed Racer movie. Kenneth Johnson wants to get the original V and then the next generation out in the movie theater to start a like a Star Wars Sega idea, like George Lucas idea. That would be cool. But like I said, everybody was saying, why does Card Shuffler? Well, his title says it all. Card Shuffler. That means he likes to shuffle cards. Card Shuffler 99. I'm not sure what 99 means. Maybe you just picked that number. 99. Although, on Get Smart, there's age at 99. So, you know. 99, I think that's the lady on there. It says Max, what do you want? 99. And I forgot the dog's name. Anyway. I like how you said, "Excuse me, Chief, I got to answer on my shoe phone." Hello? Oh, it's you, Chief. Wait a minute, if you're Chief, then who are you? Uh-oh. Excuse me, Chief. You have an imposter. I what? Never mind, Chief. Catch you later. In order to call, put in a nickel. How I put a nickel in my shoe phone? They come up with some funny things. I'm glad I got the whole collection of that. Get Smart, and I got the Wild Wild West. And watching some of it, they said Wild Wild West is the original 007 James Bond before 007 was James Bond. Didn't know that. I learn something new every day. Can't wait for Now You See Me 3. The co-producer is David Copperfield. Jewish Christian David Sidcock and Copperfield. They're doing all these remakes in movies and newer movies. They're planning to make another Gremlins movie, another Goonies movie. They want to make a Gilligan's in the movie theater. That'd be cool too. They were working on a Grace Mary Hero movie. I hope it works. I hope William Catt is connected somehow, make a cameo appearance or be part of it, or you know what I mean, because he's real good. He's on Facebook. He's he's a friend with everyone out there. And someone uploaded they uploaded a video of R2-D2. Someone made a R2-D2 robot. Looks like the real deal, and it had the Grace Green Hero. Believe it or not, I walk on air. I never thought I could feel so free, flying away on a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, that's me. And William Cat gets close to R2-D2, says, "Wow, I'm being serenaded by R2-D2." He said something like, "That made my day," or, that's something you don't see every day. Whoops. I got the whole collection of Grace Memory Hero. It's good that fans are uploading them on YouTube. See this? Well, everybody knows about double lifts and triple lifts, but I think I got 3. I think it feels like 1. I mean, it looks like 1, but I think that's 3. Nope, I goofed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well. Try this again. I usually could get 3 right on the bat. There. 3. See, I ain't practiced it, so I've lost the knack of doing 3. Alright, because I've been busy doing other close-up illusions. Alright, which is alright anyway. There's 3 right there. But you do a triple. I thought everybody was doing it this way. Then I looked at the original method, and the method is only a double lift. So I've added a twist with the double lift. Anyway, you get more mileage when you do the triple lift. You show 3 cards as 1, and whatever is on the bottom when you do that. And then you put it down on there, and then you take it and put the indifferent card in here that they think is it. Illusions in the mind. Now you do a double lift to look like 1 and show that it jumped back on top. Then you put it on top again. Then you put it in the middle again with an indifferent one. And then you do a double lift, and of course it ain't going to be it, and you say, "Whoops, I forgot I got to tap it to make it be back on top." Then you do the bottom top change, Xavier Spade YouTube channel, check it out. And I can't think of that other guy's name. But anyway, well, look at all his friends and how to disturb reality, and all of his friends. You're bound to find him. I can't think of his name, but he teaches magic tricks too. You show the card and just go. You do it while you're talking, and they'll focus on you and not noticing the change. So you go like this, you do it in such a way they're not paying attention what you just did. What you do is this goes under and then grab the top. Now the Street Masked Magician, and then later on, a tribute to the Street Masked Magician, David Blaine, and a couple more ABC David Blaine special that later on TLC does the director's cut. And I was like, wow, there's extra footage there. And I said, I wonder if Copperfield, and Magician said, yep, Bill, there's a lot of added footage that Copperfield didn't air on the original 70s and 80s and 90s and the others, because due to had to have commercials, but TLC has less commercials, so if Copperfield would air his shows on TLC, then you would get more footage. Ah, man, if only he would do that. Then I would get to see all the stuff he wanted to add that he couldn't add. Anyway, I don't mean he can't add and subtract, but you know what I mean. Now I'm rambling on. I forgot what I was doing. Alright, was I talking about the bottom top change maybe? Anyway, go like that and take the top. Oh, I know. TOC, the learning channel. You go like this. Also, how you do that. Ron Sorori and Barbara Gullup showed how to do illusions. Well, Barbara Gullup showed how to do escapes. Ron Sorori showed how to do illusions. Alright. Bill Bixby as the magician would show how to do illusions too. And then he would explain how that he caught the bad guys. It was a nice concept. They were hoping that Copperfield would take up the idea. In a way, he did, because now he's the co-producer of Now You See Me. When I first saw that, well, let me explain later on, because I'm in the middle of doing this. I'll probably forget it again. David Blaine did like the Street Mass Magician as tribute to him. He took it and went off the top and did sleight of hand that way. But on the original one, if you watch it, he does it right on the bottom, just like Harry Blackstone Jr. But as Xavier Spade says, that it's older than Harry Blackstone Jr., that method. Anyway, back to TOC. There was, oh yeah, how you do that. Ron Sorori makes some yellow mini sum appear out of nowhere. Barbara Gullup shows how to do escapes from the jail cell and the sack and everything. Alright, you can look on YouTube on how to pick locks, how to do escapes, how to escape out of straitjackets, how to escape out of handcuffs. It's just like, what's that? Scam school, yeah. Anyway, the guy I'm thinking of that teaches magic too, he did a magic trick where he was on a sailboat or something like that, and he asked the question of, what does he look better with a beard or without a beard? I can't think of his name, but he does good sleight of hand and teaches you how to do it too. Here's one that I've learned a long time ago in the 70s, and even Jay Shanky teaches it, and Flavie Fernando P1 does too, and Evan Era TV. Okay, Lane Spurton does this too. You like that. What was your card? Well, that's not my card. That's the 4 of spade. Well, what was your card? The 8 of what? Yeah, that's my card. How did you... But where'd the 4 go? How did you do... How did I do what? Well, I had the 4. That was a 4, but it changed to my card. Well, I don't know if you heard of Doug Henning. He says, illusion in the mind. You might have thought I was tearing the newspaper, but it was only an illusion, because the illusion is that you thought it was the 8 of spade of your card, but really it was a 4. You just thought it was. But if I thought it was, I thought, sure, I saw it. Well, actually, you did see it, because you just thought that you thought, but because really, you did see it. Because now it's the 3 of diamond. Oh man, I'm messing everybody up. I wanted to be the same one, but anyway, I made it change altogether. That's even better. Alright. See, you take what you know and go for it. All you do is you take their card, and it goes right on the bottom, and you take the top. You're showing the card, go like this, goes at the bottom, and you take the top. You're just taking the top. You're just putting their card under and taking the top. And if you do it with a kind of a smooth move, like how Luke did with the blind and the blinder thing to try to avoid the floating anti-gravity ball without it getting shock. You do it by remembrance. Well, you know, in other words, you remember where it was and where it was located. Anyway, although in real life you probably can see through that thing, but see, they had illusionists helping out with Star Wars. Anyway, but basically, all you're doing, see, you don't look down there, because then they'll look down there. That's more like a clown version. There's some clowns that could be serious, but still have a clown makeup on. And they'll be funny and all that, and do the magic trick with it, and be mysterious. And then they could throw in a joke later on. But if they want the trick to be revealed on purpose just to make a laugh, they'll say, see this card? What? I'll make this disappear. And they'll watch me look. See, where you look is where they'll look. So if you don't want them to look, then they're going to, if you look where you don't want them to look, or you have a fake explosion over here, they're not going to look over there, and you can have a person go inside of a box, and when they get done watching that explosion over there, they're focusing here, and then you produce a lady in a box. It's like, where did that lady come from? They'll forget that that explosion was a diversion for you to load someone in a box. If you watch Dukes of Hazzard, there's a lot of diversion from J.D. Hall. Those Dukes. And one time, they used illusions, a glowing, ghostly, generally with fluorescent paint and stuff like that, and like a spooky thing, the ghost of the Dukes of Hazzard. And J.D. Hall's relative had a magic book and started doing magic to try to catch the Dukes with. But anyway, it's pretty neat. Cooter and all that. Anyway, here's a trick I've been doing since the 70s. You like this? Well, it's hard to do it on the camera, but it's a flourish. And I forgot the guy's name, but he teaches magic too, and I can't think of his name. He's got a beard too, or sometimes he does. Why can't I think of that guy's name? Anyway, he was teaching this trick because even the book itself showed the diagram of it. Is where you clip it with your pinky, and as you go to flip this over, this comes up like this.
Hey, Billy.
Huh? But see, when I do it, I use this finger. Hold on. I clip it with this finger. Yeah, I clip it with I think it's the same finger I use. It's a different kind of flourish, but it changes the card at the same time. Catch you guys on the flip side again. Same bat time, same bat channel.